for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. My name is Dr. Sylvia Black, licensed real estate broker with Affordable Homes and Apartments. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You, where I talk about the books that I have written and I build a show around it. Today I'd like to talk to you about a book that I have written entitled Free Money for Home Buyers. Okay, Free Money for Home Buyers. And this book will be available on lulu.com. Now this book basically talks about free money for first-time home buyers, particularly those low or moderate income individuals and families. With today's economy that we're facing, especially in the Western New York region, where the economy is a little harder than it is in other cities and states, home ownership is the key to financial security. When you lose your job, or when your job is, you're laid off, for whatever reason you lose it, laid off, fired, what have you, sickness, illness, separation from job, and it may not even be a fault of your own, your home can actually help to continue to pay for your bills. You can still get money out of your house to pay your car note if you are not working. If there's an alteration in income, if you lose an income source from one of the family members or from someone that is living with you, if one of the incomes drop, you could still be able to make it and not have to face foreclosure once you own a home. Today's hard economy, you'll still be able to eat by owning a home. You'll still be able to feed your children with home ownership. You'll still be able to put clothes on your back and clothes on your children's back as well. All because you own a home. And that's some of the advantages of owning a home. This is Free Money for Home Buyers. It's available on lulu.com, and it's written by yours truly, Dr. Sylvia Black. So when you go to lulu.com, please search my name, SYLVIA BLACK, or you can email me at sblack3001@gmail.com. And please don't hesitate to visit my YouTube address at sblack3001 for free videos. Also, you can hit me up on Facebook at Dr. Sylvia Black. I'm also licensed to preach and ordained as a minister. Now, purchasing a home can be one of the biggest investments in your life. And I say one of the biggest investments because hopefully it won't be the only investment that you buy. Home ownership should lead to several parcels of property. Some people say that they don't have the tolerance for owning homes for tenants or what have you. But if you pick the tenant, then you should be able to tolerate that tenant. Okay, and people are human. Okay, people do make mistakes. You have to understand that. And I believe it's worth it. Every bit of it's worth it. Even though you deal with trifling folks that take you there sometimes, they don't want to pay their rent, what have you. You have problems with the building, honey. I find property management and owning homes, investment property, and renting out to people is quite rewarding for me. It's not just a job, but it's a ministry because I'm providing homes and apartments for people who basically need a place to stay. People who have dealt with violations in their home, who are dealing with substandard landlords who are harassing them. And I have a topic that I'll be talking to you about that in the future. We have so many conditions, the landlords taking people to court because they can't pay the rent or what have you. Yes, I understand that you don't pay the rent, you go to court. But there are ways that you can come up with the money even if you're working, and there are alternatives, there is assistance available. So what I do, that's why I call it, we're your full-service licensed real estate brokerage firm, Affordable Homes and Apartments. We're well-rounded and we're intimate, I should say small, I don't want to say small, but we're of a smaller size than a corporation because we can spend more time with you, the individual. We can personalize our attention and we can help each individual on an individual basis and be able to be more effective in that aspect. Now, purchasing a home can be one of the biggest investments in your life. Okay, I have found in my career as a licensed real estate broker that first-time home buyers have many questions with regard to owning a home that go unanswered. And for this reasons, I have written this book, Free Money for Home Buyers, which is available on lulu.com. Now, an educated home buyer is my best customer. The better educated you are, the better chance you have of owning a home of your own and maintaining it and staying out of foreclosure. Now, there's so much information out here available. People just don't know about it, and I, Affordable Homes and Apartments, would plan on informing you as much as we possibly can. Okay, now we do give workshops and seminars and what have you at different and various organizations from time to time. If you want to go on the mailing list and be informed of the workshops and seminars that we give, please email me at sblack3001@gmail.com. Now, if you wish to purchase your first home but need help in meeting your monthly mortgage and other home ownership expenses, there's a program that will help you. It's called the Section 8 Homeownership Voucher Program. That's right, ladies and gentlemen, Section 8 Homeownership Voucher Program. Okay? Now, in order to qualify, you must be receiving Section 8 for at least 1 year and either working full-time or receiving permanent disability or SSI. So you come to me and you say, Ms. Black, I'd like to apply for the Section 8 Homeownership Voucher. First thing I'm going to ask you to do is provide me with the letter that you received from Section 8, first informing you when you were approved for Section 8. That would let me know if you've been on it for a year. Then I'm going to ask you for either 4 recent paycheck stubs or a letter from your permanent disability and or your SSI award letter. Okay? Now, those are the only items that we're going to need to begin with. Okay? Now, the workshops that I'll be referring you out to various organizations that will be able to assist you in the qualification of getting this homeownership voucher. Now, please, ma'am, please, sir, don't think that this is just where you can just walk into my office or I have a house available and you come to me with your voucher and you say, yeah, I'd like to apply for that. So I like it, here's my Section 8 rental voucher. And then we submit it to the landlord and then the inspection takes place. It's not that simple as a rental. This is a home ownership process. And I would say it is a process, not an extensive process. I would say it could take, if you are ready to buy right now when you walk into my office, within the next 3 months, I can almost guarantee you'll be walking into your new home. If you are not ready, I would say between 6 months and a year, depending on how close you are to being ready. If your credit is shot, we have credit workshops that we can help you with. If your income is below level, then we will show you how to get that income up to level. We'll work with you in terms of showing you what you need to do and how you need to do it step by step so that you can now become qualified to own a home. Yes, you still have to qualify with your credit, but your income does not have to be sky high. You can be making minimum wage, which right now is $8.75, and still qualify to buy a home. Now let me just give you an example with numbers. Let's say that the house is valued at $100,000, right? Let's say that the house you're purchasing a house that's $100,000, okay? Now, I'm going to want my entire $100,000, right? In some cases, I will lower the price of the house to accommodate you, the buyer, so that your Section 8 homeownership voucher will pay the full amount of the mortgage. Let me give you an example. Sometimes it's not necessary. For a $100,000 mortgage, they may pay $800 tops for the number of individuals in your family. And I'll say, okay, fine, we'll reduce the mortgage down to $800. This way we'll get the entire amount from Section 8. And you don't have to worry about foreclosing unless for some reason that you disqualified for Section 8. Okay? Now, certain family amounts you can also be working. You can also, I've had people who are actually working and getting all sources of income. They're working and they get Section 8, and they're getting SSI and SSD, and they're getting welfare and food stamps and cash assistance, as well as Medicaid. So I've had families that are getting all of these sources of income. And yet and now with this particular program, it would help you own a home. Now you don't have to go from house to house. I have rented I rented the same house twice in 1 year, at least twice in 1 year, if not more than that. I rented a house, take one house, for example, I rented it 3 times within the course of a 12-month period of time. I'm not complaining about it, okay, because it puts money in my pocket when I make my commission. But there's something wrong with the homes that you're moving into. Okay, some of them are not constructed properly. A lot of the homes have violations on them, in them I should say. Violations are considered to be lack of heat, hot water, holes in the walls, rodents. They call them rodents now. Where I'm from, they call them rats and roaches, okay? Let's just keep it real, But, if you have those particular items, and I have not seen a rodent until I moved out here to Buffalo, and I didn't see it in any of the houses when I moved into a house that was supposed to be fixed up properly, that passed inspection and everything. The city, got the certificate of occupancy from the city. I saw a roach. Now I said, I can't believe it. Now for the first time I'm looking at a roach, right? Okay? Now I gotta figure out, and they're coming out of the electrical fixtures. You know what I mean? I'm not, I understand that they're attracted to heat. How are they able to survive in the electrical fixtures when there's electricity coming in and out of it? That's where they're coming out of, the electrical fixtures. Okay, so we have to get some roach motels. I'm into real estate, so that's what I get from roach motels. Okay, y'all staying here, y'all gonna have to pay some rent. Okay, ain't no roaches up in here unless y'all got to get your Section 8 homeownership voucher. Okay, so you can pay some mortgage up in here. Ain't nobody staying in this house, none of these houses for free. Okay, now like I said, if you're on a Section 8 currently and you have a rental voucher, the qualifications, now if you're not on it for a year, if you just got your Section 8 and you're interested in owning a home, we can actually go through the process of helping qualify you in the other areas between now and then. Once you're qualified, we make sure that we monitor your credit and help you stay where you need to be, so that when you do reach that 12-month period of time that you have Section 8, then now you are ready. As soon as you hit 12 months, you are ready now to buy a home. We can work with you now, even if you've just been approved for your Section 8 homeownership voucher. Matter of fact, this is the best time to start working with you in terms of helping you, show you what you need to do, so that we can get your mindset ready. We need to stop thinking out of the gutter. You know what I mean? One of the things that perturbs me is that we have foreigners coming into our city, and not just here in Western New York, but downstate as well. I'm from New York City originally. And we have foreigners coming into our city, okay, and they are owning stores. You have Arabs that own stores. You have Chinese people that have Chinese restaurants. You have the Jewish people who own, you have Caucasian people that own businesses in here. And what do we do as African Americans? We are working as a general laborer, lifting heavy boxes, working like a slave. And then when you get on, you sit in the back of the bus, you know what I'm saying? Like, before Rosa Parks, what did Rosa Parks go to jail for? And you're still sitting in the back of the bus, you know what I'm saying? It's these kind of things we have. That's victim mentality, because we have allowed society to brainwash us into believing that we will never be able to take advantage of the things that non-African Americans participate in. And that's not true. Me, Sylvia Black here, licensed real estate broker with affordable homes and apartments, is here to tell you otherwise. Yes, you, my brother, you, my sister, can take advantage of home ownership opportunity today. Even if you are making minimum wage, and even if you are working part-time, even if you are getting Social Security and disability, as long as you have your Section 8 homeownership voucher, a rental voucher I should say, you can participate in this program. And we will show you where you need to go at to get your education, so that you can actually get qualified for a homeownership voucher. And what we do is we're going to monitor your progress with the people that we refer you to. That's why we offer workshops as well. Because when you come to our workshop, then we'll ask you what your progress is with the people who we have referred you to. Okay, just to tell you one story of a family who had went through counseling. There was a house on the east side. I can't remember the name of the street now, but it was the house was priced at $100,000. Whereas right across the street, the houses were $10,000 and $20,000 in their fixed-up condition. I would say $18,000 to $20,000 in their fixed-up condition. Now this particular family went through counseling for 2 years. Now you shouldn't have to go through counseling for that long. I would say the maximum counseling that you would need to go to would be 6 months at the most, and then that would be under group counseling. And then anything after that could be individual counseling as needed. It wouldn't be a regular basis. I would say at maximum 6 months, and then you have another 6 to 13 weeks of counseling after that. Because what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to go home and study. I have books that I will be giving you that will go along with the workshop. Matter of fact, I should have had them with me. And they have lessons in them, lesson plans, okay, and they ask you questions in terms of your knowledge of home ownership. We work through those booklets. There's actually exercises that you must participate in order to be able to qualify for home ownership. There's questions. I always open up the floor for questions. If you have any questions at all, what questions do you have that I could possibly answer for you in terms of how you need to get started and what you need to know? Do you feel that you're qualified now to own a home? Do you feel that you're working steady, you've been working for a while, you have a steady job, and you have a Section 8 rental voucher? Do you feel that you're qualified? Yes, you do. well then you're the one who I need to talk to. You feel that you're not qualified, I want to talk to you too. Because I can show you what you don't know about home ownership and show you how you can qualify with the information that I have. Now the information that I put in this book, Free Money for Home Buyers, which is available on lulu.com, I retrieve from various sources, from the state, city, federal government, and from local city, state, and county municipalities and ordinances. And I accumulated this information and I put it into a book. And it's everything in the entire state of New York. Websites are available for those items that are outside of New York State. Okay, because I'm licensed in the entire state of New York. However, if the deal closes in New York, I can sell anywhere in the world. Okay, and there's information that you need to know. Now, even if you have bad credit, okay, I still want to talk to you. Okay, you can still be a candidate for some federal programs. Okay, I can show you how to straighten out your credit, pay off your debts, and move towards buying a new home. Or if you have no debts, we can show you how to reestablish your credit. Okay, we can show you, now I'm not an accountant, but we can show you about, let me see. Now, home is one of the biggest investments that you will make. When you rent, you write your monthly check off, and that money is gone forever. When you own a home, you can deduct the cost of your mortgage loan interest from your federal income taxes. And income taxes here, my brothers and sisters, this is the time when we need to exercise discipline. Don't go spending money and buying the biggest TV in the world, okay, when you could own a home for that same price. Save about half of that money, and you could be in your home soon. You're going to need some money of your own. You're not going to need a lot. Let me just go over some of the down payment. For example, conventional mortgages, which is basic mortgages that have been offered since for eons, and basically to a higher income individuals and families, whereas you can come with 20% down of the home. So if the house is $100,000, you are going to need $20,000. Now, the programs that I talk about in my book, Free Money for Home Buyers, which is available on lulu.com, I talk about the down payment that you would need, which can be as little as 3%. Okay? And at one time, banks were offering a program where you could put $500 down. I don't know if that program is still in effect now. I have been told that those were considered to be subprime mortgages, whereas people with bad credit could come with $500 at the close, as a deposit, and then the rest could be incorporated into the mortgage. Okay, but I know that there are state organizations that offers 3% down. There are federal organizations that offer 3% down, 5% down, 6% down. So if you're buying a house for $100,000, and remember this is just a roundabout figure, because the house that you may qualify may be $50,000. The house that you qualify for may be $75,000. Okay, there are houses out here in Buffalo that are $50,000 that are brand new, that you walk in condition. $60,000. I have a couple of houses now that are in the range of $50,000 and up. Okay, that are the expensive. You have the expensive ones, but these are priced reasonable. So let's even take $50,000. 3% of $50,000 is $1,500. That's all you're going to need as a down payment. And there is assistance to help you with that $1,500. Okay, so initially all you're going to need is $500, and then that extra $1,000 can be assisted, can be actually granted to you, can be given to you in the form of a grant. Now, when you come to the closing table, that means when you come to get the keys to your brand new house, after all the I's are dotted and the T's are crossed, then you come to get the keys to your house. Then you're going to need to have accumulated 1 year. You're going to need to bring to the table in cash 1 year's worth of taxes, whatever the taxes are, and you're going to need to bring proof of homeowner insurance. Now, those are two major things that you're going to have to keep paid. If you don't keep those paid, then the mortgage company will pay them for you, but at a higher price than what you're paying normally. And the reason why that is because the mortgage company is not going to maintain second position when it comes time to having a home taken away. Okay, the mortgage is going to be a whole lot costly than that, than the taxes and the insurance. Now, if you have no mortgage on it and you don't pay your taxes, then the city takes it for non-payment of taxes. But the mortgage company is not going to allow the city to take your house for non-payment of taxes when you have a mortgage on it. The mortgage company is going to protect the investment, and rightfully so. So these are some of the things that you keep in mind. Now, if you're interested in this program and you want to get started, I suggest that you email me now at sblack3001@gmail.com. You can also get a copy of this book at lulu.com so that you can get all the information you need. This has names, addresses, and phone numbers in it, where you can actually call people up directly and get the information firsthand. When you come to me, I would like for you to come to me when you're initially getting started, when you're starting out by registering with these programs, because then we can work together and whatnot, and Affordable Homes would like to be the one to help you sell your house. We want to show you where the houses are, because not every house is qualified for these programs. Okay, there are only certain houses that qualify. Now, in addition to getting down payment and closing cost assistance to help you with the initial down payment and closing costs, there's also what they call subsidy grants. Now, subsidy grants is given to the owner of the home, okay, to the seller of the home, in the form of 30% of the mortgage. Now, again, we're going to take that $100,000 figure and we're going to take and say, now, for example, $100,000. Now, $30,000 will be given to the seller automatically, which would reduce the cost of your mortgage. So now you're only going to be paying on a mortgage of $70,000, okay? Because that subsidy grant is given, is like a grant to say, okay, here, homeowner, here's $30,000. Now the price is $70,000 instead of $100,000, because the seller has gotten $30,000 now for that mortgage right off the bat. The qualification is now you, the buyer, would have to be responsible for that $30,000, or you have to live in that house for 10 years, and then you don't have to pay it back. If you move out of that house within 10 years, then you're going to have to pay that money back. Okay? Now, it has nothing to do with me. That grant money will be mine, and it's fine forever. I won't have to ever worry about paying it back. But you as a buyer will have to pay it back if you don't meet the obligations. And I know this is a 29-minute show, and there's not going to be enough time for me to cover everything that I need. That's why I encourage you to please get my workshop. Email me at sblack3001@gmail.com. And also, please visit my YouTube address at sblack3001 for other videos that I have available that I talk about credit. And we'll be talking about that. This is income tax season 2015. Okay, and we would like to see each and every one of you in a home. Now, probably, like I said, an accountant will be able to help you know for sure exactly how much you can write off on your taxes. Okay, and finally, you can enjoy, when you own a home, you can enjoy something that's all yours. A home where you own, it's your own personal style that tells the world who you are. Okay, you can paint the walls any color you want, you can play your music as loud as you want. What you must do, pay your taxes and your mortgage if you have one, and your water bill, okay, your electric and your gas bill, unless you want the pipes to bust, okay? Now, purchasing a home can be a very good deal. Now, I have also foreclosures that I sell. Some of these homes actually qualify for some of these government programs that I talk about, okay? And some of the programs, some of the homes qualify for all of the programs that I talk about. Some of the homes don't qualify for this, but it qualifies for that. And whereas other homes don't qualify for anything, it's all cash. Depends on what house you want to buy and how much you think you can qualify for will depend on what house will qualify or be eligible for this particular program. And I will be able to let you know that when you come into my office, we'll go over the homes that you can qualify for. Okay, now like I said before, even if you have bad credit, you may also be a candidate for one of the federal mortgage programs and still be eligible to buy a home right now today. If you're getting Section 8, you can qualify for what I said, a Section 8 homeownership voucher. Also, there are other programs available for health workers such as firefighters, teachers, administrators, school administrators, emergency medical technicians or EMTs, and police officers. You can be eligible to purchase a home in a revitalized area at 50% off of the sales price. Okay, and I have a home buyer's kit with all the information in it for you. You can order a copy of that also on my email at sblack3001@gmail.com. I give that to the home buyer's kit as a compilation of books and booklets and pamphlets that I give to you as we go through the workshop, and you'll have, each time we meet, you'll have a different book or booklet, and we'll talk about a different type of a section. Now, if you want to register for the next workshop, please contact me immediately at sblack3001@gmail.com. Now remember, if you need help in meeting your home ownership expenses, okay, and you're getting Section 8 for 1 year and working, or getting Section 8 for 1 year and on a permanent disability or SSI, and if you meet either of these criteria, you may qualify for a mortgage to buy a house right now using your Section 8 home ownership voucher. Now what you do is you bring your rental voucher in or letters of approval from Section 8 along with 4 paycheck stubs and or a copy of your SSI letter or your disability letter, and then that's how we can get started. Okay, contact me for further details on these particular workshops. Well, I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. and I've been talking about my book, Free Money for Home Buyers. Okay, and this book is available on lulu.com. Just type www.lulu.com, and you can type my name or the name of the book, Free Money for Home Buyers, and make sure that it looks just like this. And this book will talk to you about a compilation that have names, addresses, and phone numbers, and websites, and email addresses of different programs that are available to you, how you can find out about it in the state that you live in. Now also we have a virtual workshop that we offer online as well. We can stream live to you the workshop where you can actually ask us questions via email. Okay, we'll answer your questions on the email address, and we'll answer the questions to you, but we'll also speak the answers out. If we don't answer them during the live streaming, then we'll answer them after the streaming is over. Well, we have live streaming, so wherever you are in this world, technology is a great thing. So wherever you are, we can actually stream to you live the workshop. We can offer the workshop to you stream, and of course, you can contact me for further details on how to register for that and how to participate in that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining me today, and I encourage you to be one of the candidates to be on your way to home ownership. Because now is the time when home ownership is going to be very vital. The economy does not seem to be getting better. And as a result of the minimum wage increase, a lot of employers are laying people off. So that means that homes are going to be at risk of foreclosure again. And let me tell you, foreclosure is big business. Okay, there are people foreclosing on homes every day. People are losing their homes because they don't know how to save it. And one of the things I teach you when you do buy a home from me is I teach you also foreclosure and how to save your home from foreclosure. And a lot of people say, well, I'm buying a home. Why would I need to know about that? Because you need to know about it now, so that when you deal with it, if you have to deal with it, or if there's anyone that you know who's dealing with it, you'll know exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. Don't wait until the last minute before you decide that you want to do something, because we'll give you the information right now so that you can actually take steps on being a homeowner and keeping your home out of foreclosure and paying your mortgage and what have you, and just being a responsible homeowner and exercising discipline. Don't spend up all the income tax money. Save it, because you're going to need it for down payment. Not all of it, but part of it. You might need some of it to redecorate your home, and you might need some of it for moving expenses. Okay? Now, I don't know if welfare helps with moving expenses in a stove and refrigerator if you're owning a home. I know they help with rents, but I know that I don't know if they help with that. But please contact me, my brothers and sisters, as there's help available for practically anything that you need with regard to a home, with real estate. The governor wants us to stay in our home. The president wants you to stay in your home. I want you to stay in your home. We don't want you to lose your home for anything. And Affordable Homes and Apartments wants to be the one to sell you your next home. So I want to thank you for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. Well, my name is Sylvia Black, and I'm a licensed real estate broker with Affordable Homes and Apartments. And also, like I said, we're giving workshops and seminars. We're going to be scheduling workshops and seminars on an ongoing basis. A location to be announced. So I want to thank you again for joining me today for Real Estate, Religion, and You. And please join me next week right here on Time Warner Public Access TV Channel 20, Wednesdays 6:30 to 7 p.m. and Saturdays from 12:30 to 1 in the afternoon. And holla at a sister, y'all. Peace out. Don't forget, don't spend all the money from income tax. Save some of the cash now, because you're going to need it for your new home that you're going to buy. And you'll be in it before Christmas of 2015. You can invite all the family over for Christmas dinner, or maybe Thanksgiving, or maybe even Easter. Holla at a sister.